What's up, YouTube? It's Morgan, also known as Jew, and today I'm going to be taking a look into what is making Kansas football so good. As for the past decade, and I think throughout their entire lifetime, Kansas football has been very lackluster in terms of recruiting, performance, as well as putting just a good team on the table. It's usually when you see Kansas on your schedule, it's an expected win. But so far this season, they are up to a 3-0 start. So I'm going to go through the reasons that I've researched and looked through for why Kansas is such a good team this year, as well as why I believe Kansas football will be a good team for the next decade or so. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first example I have is their triple option style offense. They don't run a natural triple option like most of the academies do, or Georgia Southern and Kennesaw State, but they do have a variety of formations that do run a triple option using the strengths of their quarterback to be able to create, because he has such speed, he's able to create yardage, which makes him such a dangerous runner. But so this is just kind of like a triple option style offense. So they do put a guy in motion, which throws off some of the linebacker, but being able to create the great blocking by having two such blockers from this triple option set, instead of where having a traditional triple option where you have the guy to his left being the running back who takes just up the middle and the guy behind him being the one to take the pitch. Both of them are sending blocks up the middle, and this guy coming off the edge is creating that pitch man, but he doesn't need the pitch man in this example, as they bite too much on the pitch man and it just leads him to create such distance with his legs. Second example that I have is going to be another one of the formation where they have a two-back set, but this is just a straight run. They can just hand it off and they don't have to do anything with the triple option. They have it set up for the triple option, but they also don't run the same formation all that much. The third example I have is earlier in this Houston game, they had ran this exact same formation and just run the ball, and they like to use the diamond formation just to throw it off. But see, all of Houston is focused on this run, and they all believe it's going to be a run. But so what they do is just make it a play action. And it just leaves him wide open to their fifth string running back, I believe. Yeah, okay, he's their fifth string running back. But so it also shows that their willingness to change formations and their offensive genius by their offensive coordinator just shows how good of a football team this really is. So, but back to the question of what makes Kansas football so good. I think all the credit has to go to their head coach, obviously, Lance Leipold. He has done a fantastic job with that program. Even at the end of last year, they were super fun to watch, especially to win over Texas, and a lot of close games showed that this year could have some potential, but not enough to get off to a 3-0 start, especially beating West Virginia, who is mediocre to good every year. They're good, like 8-4 program, but they're not a powerhouse by any means like Oklahoma. Now, also, offensive coordinator. I just hit my... also, their offensive coordinator... was it Andy Koltenick. He has done a fantastic job with creating the offense of this team. He has been with Lance Leipold for majority of his career at Wisconsin Whitewater, at Buffalo, turned Buffalo into an offensive powerhouse. It is now starting to turn Kansas. But all of this credit has to go to Jalen Daniels. He was the backup quarterback last year. When the starter and quarterback got hurt, he came in and put on an exciting show for the last few games. But he is having a Heisman level season so far this season. He has a 67% completion percentage for 566 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 1 interception. But on the ground, he also has 237 yards and 3 touchdowns, while he averages 8.8 yards a carry. Now, you also have their studded running back core. I don't know how to really put that. But they have 3 former 4-stars as their running backs. Devin Neal has 204 yards and 4 touchdowns. Daniel Highshaw Jr. has 170 yards and 4 touchdowns. Then Sevion Morrison has 107 yards and a touchdown on only 10 carries. So even their third string back provides about 10 yards a carry. Now, that creates such a nightmare in the rushing game, but they also can't back off of Jalen Daniels' passing game because he is such a gifted passer. The run game is just super, super deadly. Also, the offensive line allows for this running game to be so strong. They have 4 of their 5 starters back from last year. It is a very experienced group. Their tight end group is also very experienced, as well as very reliable in the catching game. So what makes this offense so interesting is their tight ends with a triple option style. The most triple options don't have a tight end style. It's mostly just 5 linemen, 2 running backs, quarterback, and then 2 receivers on the outside for blocking. But with this, that it provides so much more movement, so much more guessing in the sense it's creating honestly something really, really fun to watch. And I think Kansas football is going to be a really fun team to watch this year especially, but also in the years to come. A lot of these guys aren't super young, but they're also getting transfers in from like smaller schools, but they're playmakers at smaller schools. I'm pretty sure one of their tight ends is from Buffalo, as well. They and it was an all either that no, it was their lineman. It was their lineman that they just got transferred. The one who wasn't a starter was an all MAC player. But so overall, this team has provided a very unique offense, which allows for them to be so successful. And in a Big 12 where defense is optional, to be honest, I think that makes Kansas a huge, huge, huge threat in the Big 12 in the upcoming years. All right, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, leave a like, comment anything you would like to see down below. I'm going to be out. Peace.